This is my vocal thing that I go through.
Action.
It's pretty sure.
Are we good? We're like, I'm like, so usually I come in and I do like 3 quick hitters, right? So just little one-liner things.
This is like grab attention.
Yeah, just to grab attention. You know, there's this guy that made homemade guns using like fence posts, and he sold them back in that buy back your gun program the other day for $300. $300. I just posted yesterday hard seltzer made with old hot dog water.
I saw that. That's gross.
I think it's going to taste exactly like it smells, which is delicious.
Oh, man.
Because we're going to be talking about healthy living today, I just want everybody to know that if you were to work out 1 minute a day, every day of the year, you'll have 365 minutes worth of workout.
Man, that's some mathematics on that one right there. That's intense.
All right, man.
Okay.
I wanted to get this 4th one out there, and this one's a little bit longer. But we went and saw Love and Thunder last night, me and the kids and my wife. So she didn't.
I was gonna say, I should trick her into going.
Yeah, she was like, I can't believe I fell for this again, you know. And I was like, well, that's the experience. You got to come with us, you know. But yeah, we're big Marvel fans, me and the kids.
So that's a Thor one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I almost went to the movies last night.
Give us the real name of the character because we're not nerds like
Thor.
you.
What are you talking about? Chris Hemsworth,
We're not confident.
the actor.
Okay.
Yeah, who's got a like really like
I'm a Marvel fan.
his
Yeah,
body is
sorry,
amazing,
no,
you know? And in the movie,
I'm
like,
DC only.
I mean, he's always had a good body, but in the movie, there's a scene where he's like naked, you know, and it's you're like, wow, man, this dude's working out. Look at him right there.
You like that? Huh?
Yeah. You're like, oh, I just want to lick those ripples right here. You know? In any case, I picked out these seats. I got the 9 o'clock showing because I was like, well, I don't want to go to the 8 or 8:30. It'd be too crowded, you know.
Yeah.
And I get these seats. Great seats. I mean, just the screen was in the right position. There was nobody around us. Before the movie starts, this guy comes up with a village.
Dang.
Yeah. He's got 6 kids sitting right next to me. And they're all like between the ages of, 5 and 7.
My kids.
And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself,
Bad.
well, it's a little bit late for those kids to be here. But how do you have 6 kids that are in between that age? In any case, they start jacking around. I'm like, oh my god, you know, I must have gave like a look or something. You know, I try not to. I don't want to be offensive, but I must have been like super depressed about it. And Nicole, my wife, she texts me and she's like, how are these seats looking now? You know, I was like,
During the movie?
before it started. And the guy comes over, I guess, because he saw my face, and he was like, "Hey, don't worry, man. I'm gonna keep him quiet." I was like, "It's cool, man. Don't worry about it, dude." The whole entire night,
Oh no.
this girl next to me kept lifting her foot and putting it over in my seat. You know, and she's like, had this little UGG boot on, kept putting it into my seat.
They're like,
Yeah. There was so much movie popcorn on my seat that my arm was all slick from movie butter. Yeah. See, they weren't quiet at all.
So let me ask you this: so you had reserved seats? Could y'all not move, or was it that packed?
Yeah, I mean nowadays when you purchase your tickets, you purchase the seats. Yeah.
But I would have moved. I mean, can you move? Or
Yeah, but I mean,
is that
like
packed?
at that point, yeah, there was quite a few people in there. I'm not gonna go way down to the oh man, this movie's awesome. You know,
You'll take the VCR.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel like maybe maybe a year ago, that could have been my kids, but my kids do a lot better now at the movie theater. They actually sit there and they chill and watch the movie. The
That's
last
awesome.
one that we went to, they did
What about
really
outside the
good.
theater?
Like behave. It depends. It depends. My kids, they are like, so like if we go out like to a restaurant or anything, they're pretty chill. And it depends, right? It can be what time of day it is, how hungry they are. You know what I mean? Their mood, you know. But for the most part, I mean, they do really good. Yeah, like they when they're around other people and they're at a party or something.
Yeah, they're excited.
They're excited.
Well, they're very social.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. Happy Wednesday. It's 713 day.
713.
July 13th. That's why that hat dropped.
That's right.
That's what that drop was. 713. We have some awesome guests today. We're going to have Mikey introduce them. Mikey, who do we have on the show today?
Well, first I want to, as we're 713 day, we want to make sure we represent
the thing
Astro Cups. Right?
Mine's here too, and like I don't want to drink after Mikey. So like, what are we gonna do?
So Tatiana and Natashia, my cousins, and they're here representing Live Crunchy. You guys tell us a little bit about Live Crunchy.
You already go.
Well, why don't we start here? First, what we like to have everybody do is give our guests where they can find you. And then let's move into what is Live Crunchy? Mm-hmm. And then we'll go from there, actually.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Yeah.
Yeah, so how can we find you? Social media, I know y'all are really active. What are y'all's handles? Where can we get in touch with you?
So we're on Instagram at livecrunchy_. And for now, all we have is Instagram.
Cool.
So, but we're working on our website.
All right.
Awesome.
And then Live Crunchy. So, me and my sister are really into wellness, holistic wellness. And my sister is more into the Facebook groups of the moms and stuff. And before she had her daughter, she was really researching like how to best take care of her daughter. And she came across the word crunchy, and so you can explain.
Yeah, so it's a term that people that are really into like holistic living kind of coined the term. And so basically it just means like doing your own research, not following the norm. Not following the norms of what we've been like conditioned to think in terms of in specific like Western medicine.
Right.
So there's alternatives to doing like, just because you have diabetes or your doctor tells you like you should take this pill, you don't necessarily have to do that. So crunchy is just kind of a term like thinking outside of the box, finding alternatives. Just because the doctor or someone told you that it's this way, it doesn't have to be the end all be all. And so we kind of ran with that term and came up with the living crunchy because we feel like everyone should find different alternatives and find things that work best for them and their family.
Cool. And also it's kind of like researching, like maybe you are for something but against something else. So like, let's say you're really into skincare, and so you really understand like what's clean, what's not regarding skincare, but maybe the food not so much. So it's like, you pick your certain things that you believe should be for you, what you should follow. And so, yeah.
So, Tati, you were doing the research,
Mm-hmm.
and then you call your sister, and you're like, we should do this. Is that what happened?
Kind of. I mean, so to kind of rewind a little bit, I feel like my journey started back in 2018. I ended up getting gastritis, and that's usually people that have gastritis are not like my body frames are not really skinny. They're usually bigger people, really unhealthy. And I've always been pretty on the healthy side. Like I work out. I thought I was eating pretty healthy. And I was like always bloated, that kind of stuff, very uncomfortable. But I was doing all the right things. I was working out, I was taking protein powder, the things that you needed to do, or so I thought. So when I got gastritis, and the doctor was like, okay, well, here's this pill, just take this until the pain goes away. And I was like, I don't want to take pills. Like at that point, I was kind of fed up with going to the doctor, and they see me 15, 20 minutes. And they're like, okay, bye. And, you pay your copay or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was, like, fed up with that. And so I felt like that kind of, like, snowballed into where I am now. And, yeah, ever since then, I just kind of doing my own research. I was like, okay, well, how can I kind of heal gastritis naturally? I was like, I don't want to take
What is that exactly? And what did you do to do it besides the pill? So you didn't take the medication, right?
No, I didn't. Basically I started doing research, and gastritis the reason why I got it is because I was stressed at that time. I was a teacher, and in HIS, yeah, I was a teacher in HISD, and I had I dreaded going into work because I had kids that were throwing desks. It was crazy. So I was really stressed out. And so gastritis basically it's like the lining of your stomach, and it gets very irritated. Okay. And so you feel and inflamed, and so you feel a burning sensation, and I don't even know how to describe it, but it's very
your stomach hurts you're not just a stomach ache, there's literally pains, and then you can be constipated too.
Yeah. And it was no matter what I ate, drank, it wasn't going away. And so finally, I was doing the research, and there's certain foods that make it worse. So acidic foods, I started cutting out tomatoes, that kind of stuff. Bone broth is very healing to the gut and all of that. So I started drinking bone broth, some other stuff. But you don't have to just drink it by itself.
Make a soup out of it.
Yeah,
or
in our
rice.
culture,
you can cook it with your rice.
We eat a lot of soups
with ice cream.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe you can if you like that.
Yeah.
But in your research, did you find out that stress was a major factor, and that has a lot to do with your health? And is that part of y'all's philosophy too, not just guidance on healthy foods, but healthy living as well, and mentally?
Right. So I actually am a certified health coach, and the program that I got my certification in, we learned that everyone is has their own bio individuality, meaning everybody is different, and this is why living crunchy is so important, because what works for him might not work for me. So everybody is different, and that's what makes me so frustrated about Western medicine, because they just try to
throw a pill at everybody,
right? And they try to categorize everybody,
not find the root cause.
Yeah.
Because they could have gave you the pill, it would have masked the symptoms, but it wouldn't have addressed the stress and all the other things.
Yeah.
And to me, I think it's great. I really, really do think it's great, because I've always said man, what this person takes and how it affects that person is not going to be the same for the other person. Right. It's totally different. Yeah. So I think what y'all do is super important. I'm super proud of what y'all have going on. I think it's a big deal, because even for me, right, as simple as this, right, I'm really working on eating healthy because I'm older. Right?
So this is funny though, because you buying food that you think is healthy.
Exactly.
And we, as soon as they said it, they're like, "That's trash." But it's green. It's got packaging, and that's something that you need to learn.
It says it. And
do
so
y'all teach that about how to look through ingredients? Because that's important. That's nothing
tomorrow's post from them.
Because of their post, right? They'll put on there, instead of this, do this. I'll screenshot it.
Say dummy.
Yeah, and I'll send it.
Don't be Mikey.
And I'll send it to my wife. I'll send it to Julie, and I'll be like, "Oh, babe, look, check this out. Instead of buying these, buy this, right?" Yeah. And I'll have her look. But for something like this, because you'll see these everywhere, and they're cheap. Mm-hmm. You can buy a box or a case of 18, 24, whatever, for $20 or something. Mm-hmm. So what is an alternative for something like this? Like a protein type bar, or just a snack bar.
Yeah, would celery be an alternative?
No. I'm talking about like
other protein bars.
Protein bar.
Well, let me back up real quick, just to give people people look at these and oh, Nature Valley.
Let's read the ingredients.
Right.
Yeah.
So the reason
corn syrup. No.
Not number one. What's number one?
Number one is roasted peanuts on this one.
So they do.
Yeah. So most people like me, right? Roasted peanut. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah. But this has a whole bunch of sugar, canola, and sunflower oil, and those are very inflammatory to your body. That was another thing when I had gastritis. I cut out sunflower oil, and I felt that helped a lot, because I was cooking with it all the time.
You were cooking.
It's probably going to be hard to find something that's in a package that's really, really healthy for you. And I'm obviously overweight, but I know a little bit about health. When I was younger, I was healthy. But anything, you'd almost have to make that yourself. And make your own granola bar for it to be.
You think?
You could, but there are alternatives now, because the demand is I feel like people are becoming more aware, especially since COVID, and I think thanks to social media too. People are that's what the public wants, so people are starting to create that. So there are one of my favorite ones is from Simply Mills, and they do not necessarily like this crunchy. It's more like a soft, chewy bar, but they're really good.
Yeah, this one right here is
the Lara bars are
those
good
are the ones
too.
I normally get.
Yeah.
Those are a little bit more expensive, but those are really good too.
Yeah, so they're not readily available at all stores. Those are common, and people really
These right
think
here-
that's a better alternative than a candy bar. They're probably the
these
same
they
company.
have
Yeah.
big packs of these at Costco, but at HEB is where I normally get those other ones at. But yeah,
Yeah, I feel like with that, because it's true, like most people think, oh, like being healthy is more expensive. And it is to an extent. If you're going to be getting the snacks,
The processed like box things.
those are going to
That's
be
more
more expensive
expensive.
because they're more expensive for companies to make.
Yeah.
So
If
I
you
feel-
make your own celery
Whole
stick.
Foods and stuff. Yeah, Whole Foods.
You see how this works? Celery stock's 97 cents, right? I mean, you got,
Well, with
Exactly.
inflation,
That's
I think
at least,
it's like $2.
you know, like,
Yeah.
we can get
yeah,
at least
Nico,
25
it's
cents of stock
inflation,
there.
bro. Chill. It's
Mhm.
inflation. Okay.
Okay.
103.
I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, we got to buy organic. Yeah,
That's a whole other
Yeah.
That's
thing.
a whole
yeah I
other
saw
thing.
this whole pesticide thing. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was one of the people that went and gave my urine sample.
Oh.
I was like a
No,
very
were you?
small percentage of people that didn't have the pesticide in my urine.
Yeah.
I had it in my brains.
Hey, so the whole thing with the organic.
That explains a lot.
A big
Yes,
thing
yes.
with the organic was a lot of people were getting busted just slapping a sticker saying organic, but it wasn't really organic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
I
got
think
that
they've
about
curved
my
that though.
daughter's
There's a
milk.
lot of
There's a little more
qualifications.
regulations.
Yeah, it's pretty
now.
regulated these days.
I mean, the best bet, honestly, is obviously growing your food, but I know that's not ideal.
Yeah.
A lot of people work, all that kind of stuff. Second,
Gross celery, bro.
second choice would be going to farmers markets.
Yeah.
There's a lot around everywhere, honestly.
There is me and Julie actually started going to the one in Tomball.
Yeah, that one's really
Shit, the
good.
meat is.
Something that
Yeah.
I would say, and this goes what I tell people because I breed dogs, and I always tell people, you know, there's really healthy food like a raw, which is like species appropriate, which is something that y'all were talking about eating for us. But this lady that we follow, her name's Karen Becker, and she's real famous for animals. But she just says, do the best you can.
Yeah.
You know, because you might not be able to afford all the great
Yeah,
food,
right,
but just do
exactly.
the best you can within your budget, is
Yeah.
what she says with the food. And I think that should transfer over, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
I had.
Did you see it? Oh, go
I
ahead.
was-
You say that, and then I'm going to say, yeah.
I have a Frenchie, a dog.
Me too!
Yeah.
Yay! Awesome. That is so sweet. What's it? Is it a name on there?
Yeah, his name's Juice.
Dice, yes. What color is he?
He's a blue fawn.
Have you always had that type of dog, or is this the first one?
My first.
Okay.
And
You just
probably my
became so
only
much
dog.
cooler in my life. I got 2 blue fawns.
Okay.
Yeah, and a
They're-
blue.
Kevin breeds them.
I do.
Breeds it,
I'm a
yeah.
breeder.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Frenchies.
How
Do you just bought him for a breeder? Or bought him from a
Yeah, I
breeder?
bought him from a breeder. He's 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since like lately, or since I've had him, right, I've become crunchier, I guess. So I buy him like all his treats are like I can understand his ingredients.
Yeah.
So
And the food, it's like the wet kind of food that it's packaged already, but you freeze it and
You should
stuff.
follow Karen Becker. Yeah. Yeah, look her up.
Well,
She's
is
a-
that
You
it?
haven't got to the point to where you're cooking
She's
for
a
him?
doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Veterinarian.
I
and
was
she offers
cooking for
advice,
him.
yeah.
Because Maribel, she
She
cooks.
cooks it,
She
yeah.
cooks for her dog now,
Oh,
and
really?
like
We did that
'cause Maribel's,
for a while and
eating
did
healthy,
raw.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she has her
Is
own
that
garden
better
and
than
stuff.
cooking the dog?
Yeah.
The hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is all the time.
This is it.
I mean,
This is
all the
what you
time.
get.
They get on to me because I can't stay serious, but my wife does too.
Yeah.
She's like, there's no way you could ever be serious.
I mean, this has been since like we were kids.
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they saw the story about how I thought it would be funny to run through the yards with my car all the way down the block.
Oh, did at the end?
Yeah, I was like in my head, like I'm turning that corner. I was like, you know, it'd make Mikey and my brother laugh so hard if I just drove like so wide that I went into the driveway and then started just driving down the street in the people's yards. I was thinking that before I ever did it, and then I did it. And of
You
course,
made them laugh, right?
It was they were dying.
We were dead until like.
Until the cops came, right?
Oh yeah. And did he have in the story was in the trunk?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought it was game over.
Yeah.
After that, when I saw the red lights, I was like, we're done.
That's the one where y'all busted the drug
We're
bust.
Yeah.
done. Yeah. thought
Check
we
that
were
out.
done.
Well, that
Like,
episode's
the
hilarious.
trunk was loaded.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
just crazy. Like, how does that happen to you?
That's
Like,
my
which
fault.
part?
That one's my fault. I'll take responsibility for that one.
Dealer's house.
I know, like,
Yeah,
oh,
that part.
like,
that
that's
part. I
just
have
insane.
no idea. It's that, you know, that's God, right? That made that situation. I know.
Yeah, he was trying to save that dude from going to jail.
But God was like, you know what?
I mean, honestly.
Like, he saved, you know, he
God was
saved
looking
me,
out
saved
for
me.
him,
He was looking out for me. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna let you make it on this one. But
Yeah.
Did they get the guys?
That would have been bad for all of us. I think all of us were on paper at that point, so
Yeah.
that would have been bad.
yeah. That was
Enough about us.
Yeah, what's the like, I know why you started it, but has y'all's mission changed at all? Do you have a goal in mind for the company? Like, where do you want to see this go?
Well, right now I'm going to school. I'm getting my certification in nutritional therapy to become a nutritional therapy practitioner.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like what she said, how I focus on bio-individuality, but I only do nutrition. And so hers was more like holistically health. Mine is just nutrition. So when I finish, I want to help people just like have a healthy relationship with food. Like not about like, oh,
Yeah,
how
like,
I look on the outside. It's more like
don't have
what
unprotected sex with your celery.
Yeah, exactly. But
Healthy relationships
yeah, that's healthy.
Yeah,
especially with
that's
healthy
true.
practices.
Yeah, with celery.
So,
Yeah.
with celery.
Well, that's awesome. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, that is.
Let's see how many times Nico can put celery into this.
I know.
Oh,
It's like a
I'm on a
cat
mission
fight.
now. I've been on a mission. Y'all already knew. You know.
I'm at like 5.
Yeah.
I think I've been counting.
Yeah. 15.
But we really just started Live Crunchy maybe
A
like at the
couple
beginning of
months
this
ago, yeah.
year. So
Okay.
we're still pretty new.
I mean, I feel like it was like a while back that we asked Mikey, do you know anybody that would be famous to come on the show? Yeah. And so, yeah. So it's that recent. Do y'all do a post every day?
We were, but I started the school and then I got busy with that.
Social
work.
media is
It's
managing
a
stuff
job,
like that.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a job. in
I
its
didn't
own.
realize, but
Content is a lot of work.
It's a lot. It's
I
a
know
lot.
a guy. I know a guy that can do y'all's website. I know a guy. That can
Oh,
do
trust me.
marketing.
When we're finished, I'm telling them about the all the branding and all the website, all that stuff.
Plugging
Kevin-
myself.
Kevin, that's what Kevin does. I mean, like
okay.
I'm telling, like he'll because like I'm in the process of making some changes to mine and doing some stuff, and,
Yeah.
and I've met with Kevin a couple times, but like it's really
Yeah.
good, lots of information.
Like
that will
change from
definitely-
like .net to .com. Like
Yeah.
we're talking
a
about.
lot
I'm just
of
kidding.
information that
Okay, it's
could
not
definitely
It's
help.
super-
It's real
I mean,
stuff.
super
on the
talented.
website, on the actual social media side, I have a
It's actually
social
solid
media
advice.
manager
Right,
that takes
yeah.
care of that takes care of everything for me. I'm just having to just sync content, but I am looking at finding someone that.
Yeah,
can
social
kind of
media
teach
is a
me
full-time
about
job, but I will
marketing.
give you a tip that if y'all want to do and you want to keep active on it, if you on Meta Business Suite, you can make all your posts Monday morning and schedule them to come out daily. You
yeah.
just sit down and write all your posts out and just schedule them out. It should take an hour or two, and that way you stay consistent.
Well, we were doing something like that with Canva because I think like it all integrates and then you can post it.
Yeah,
And our first profile got
deleted.
Yeah,
Instagram,
deleted.
it.
so we had to make a whole new one.
Yeah.
And then we're like, we'll just do it manually because we think it was that.
Wouldn't let me like sync with the new one. Like it was so complicated. So we're like, okay.
Do y'all have a like doing business as license
No.
for the company?
No.
Not right now.
Is it? I mean, is that something that y'all are gonna want to do, or are y'all gonna want this to be like a nonprofit?
No. We want to do it.
to
Yeah.
be able
Okay.
to, yeah.
I like our end goal of all of this is to like
Get rich, fool!
Yeah, no.
Lettuce! That kind of lettuce!
Think about
Yeah.
it, that's
And then they'll change
Yeah.
it. Then they'll change it to be like cheddar too. You know?
Stacking that
Yeah.
celery.
Yeah.
No, but it's to like teach people about health, especially minorities, because minorities who are the people that eat like McDonald's, all the fast food, they're mainly minorities.
Yeah.
And it's just like teaching them about what it is to have a nutritious meal is like so important. So if we can get that message across, then we're doing our job, and that's
So besides social media, are y'all planning on doing more virtual videos, like in-person consultations, meal plans? Like, what's the strategy? And
Yeah,
like
like you go to schools or, to promote your...
I think, well, personally, like in the one that I do with the nutritional therapy, I would first like to consult people one-on-one and then see how that goes. And from there, like build already preset content that people can just purchase. Like, okay, there's a plan here, and then another goal we had,
so many ideas.
was to create an app. But I don't want to say what the app idea was, but that is also
just something
a
that
goal
would
of
be
ours.
Easier for people. It would help
because they're always asking us like, is this good? Is this LIV crunchy? Like, is this good for us to eat? So like, creating an app.
Absolutely, it would. I think,
or like an interactive website would be good too. Where they can type in the food or even scan the barcode.
But you might get assassinated by Frito-Lay.
Well, see, that's another big thing. I mean, because
they're one of our sponsors.
Imagine the amount of money being made on all this process stuff, right? Trying to get someone, because I do agree. Like I think it's huge in the minorities, right? Because they're buying cheaper stuff. You know what I mean? It's just easier. And that really does affect a person's mood.
Right. You're buying that he said.
Like, you know what I mean? It's a big thing.
Yeah.
So changing the way people are thinking about eating. And then, because I feel like once that starts to happen and it really starts to get out there, then it's going to pressure the bigger companies to start making healthier options for people, and then that can bring the price down for people. Because, I mean, like, how long did it take to get snack machines out of schools? You know what I mean? And like sodas. Like that was like one of the biggest things.
What do you say?
Let me ask you this.
Sodas aren't in school anymore?
Holistic medication, what does that entail? Because I'm a big supporter of medical marijuana. What else do you think that's like holistic that people can do?
They don't appreciate it.
I don't care if y'all are into it or not.
I don't appreciate weed.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, what are the holistic things that you're talking about as far as to not have to use medicine? Obviously, eating healthy is one of the most important, but what else is there?
So the main would be like your lifestyle changes. So like working out more, reducing stress, changing your diet. Other things that are like good for depression or anxieties, acupuncture. Going to the chiropractor, getting adjusted. Like if you start feeling sick, that like boosts your immune system. And a lot of people don't know that. Like I was going when I was pregnant, all the time, every week, and it was like amazing. What are some other things?
I would also recommend like vitamins and supplements. But then that's another topic where you have to watch out how those were manufactured
like
and
if you
everything.
put them in the water, there's like tests you can do. We were talking about.
I'm not a vitamin.
I'll take some vitamins, but you do have to do your research because some of them are just BS, or don't even get into your body. Your stomach will burn them up before they even like go in. Like a lot of that vitamin B people take, but it doesn't really process through your system very well.
Well, there's like all different types. Like there's powder, liquid. There's like the oils that you spray. So it's like
no, you can do it. You can do IVs for vitamin.
I've done it a couple times.
I don't know if I trust. I don't know if I trust anybody that feels that comfortable shooting themselves up.
No, so you go to a place. They have like clinics where you go to. And I've done it with Chris Lopez after he cut weight. We would go. We would get the injection and stuff. I tried to be. This is when I was drinking, so I tried to be as drunk as possible when I went. And then it would usually sober me up. Yeah, so I could drive home. That's funny.
Okay.
Mr. Celery.
What you got on your
Tati,
list?
I saw you posted something about recycling or reuse. Is that kind of, what was that all about? I'm a fellow recycler here. I'm like the recycling...
Oh yeah!
If I can say this word Nazi,
my bin of recycle is filled every week.
Let me tell a funny story. So we got a recycle. Nico comes in and he'll take the cans, and he even goes around and takes the cans out of the trash cans sometimes, and he'll take them with him. So I was like, man, I'm gonna get a recycle bin out here, and so we got a recycle bin and put it out, and everyone was like, what's that for? And I was like, it's so Nico, he's into recycling. We're gonna offer him, and my dad goes, where the hell do you think that thing gets dumped at, Kevin? And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, they take that recycle and throw it in the dumpster.
Here.
They're doing
it. I've been collecting the stuff and putting it into this recycling bin, and all along the guys here
No.
I swear. I didn't know. I thought I was doing a good thing. I thought I was doing a good thing, and my dad's like, "What the hell do you think that's going, Kevin?"
You know they're super strict in Portland with recycle.
Yeah,
I've
there's
done
some like on
Washington
the West Coast.
State too, yeah.
Like I don't
I
understand
regress it.
why
What was the
we don't make
recycling
it here
thing?
like a
Yeah.
bigger.
Oh,
there's
it's
just
just
so many
yeah.
little things, you know. But it's just
Yeah.
I saw Tati posted something.
Yeah,
I
what
can't
was
remember
Yeah, I
what
mean,
it was.
I wouldn't say like I'm a recycle of Nazi,
Nazi.
but I feel like
Yeah,
So-
same.
It's a little
you know, if
extreme.
I can help the earth a little, and
Yeah.
a lot of things that aren't recyclable are bad for us anyways, like plastic. You know, like it's not good for the earth, and
Yeah.
a lot of them leach chemicals, and it's like a whole thing. So
Is that part of the living?
crunchy?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're already living crunchy.
Let's see.
you're on the right track,
Yeah.
Southern man.
And I got Cool Ranch Doritos and chili cheese Fritos.
Negative,
Like those are
negative.
super crunchy.
Yeah.
Right?
So I've heard that word crunchy and granola,
Granola.
kind of
Oh,
like used.
yeah.
I don't know if it was
Granola's
used
another one.
derogatory, but it was like to describe
Some
kind of like a
people
hippie
do,
culture.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that too. People, granola, crunchy, hippies, like people have used it in a negative term, but
Yeah.
I think now it's like really a movement that people are like
Yeah.
changing the.
I never really heard of it as negative. It was always kind of like a joking thing, but I think it's cool y'all embraced it.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat, yeah.
What's a tip for both of y'all? So one at a time. I don't care who goes first.
Okay.
What's a typical day look like as far as like what you're eating and doing? Like just, you know, because a lot of people will think, I don't have the time for that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So tell us like what's your day look like, and then what are you eating during that day? Like what's a typical day?
So
What today?
I feel like people say it's not fair because I work from home,
Oh god,
Yeah.
it's not fair.
It's not
but I didn't, and I was still eating good. So I'll tell you now, and then what I would do before. So now I'll wake up. I try to go to the gym by 6, so I'll wake up at 5 a.m. and then go to the gym, get back home.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
Wake up, go.
Yeah.
Okay, you're there by.
Well, like 5:36.
Okay, all right.
And then come back home, eat my breakfast. For breakfast, it's
Take a nap.
no.
That's not crunchy.
No.
I'm already tired. Sorry.
I'll typically eat like an avocado toast. I'll make it at home, or oatmeal with eggs, and then I'll work. Then lunch is like veggies, protein, and a carb. And then around like 4, I'll eat a snack like protein shake or fruit or something. And then I'll eat dinner again, like veggies, protein, and carbs. And then when I was in the office, I would always do like overnight oats. So it was like a quick grab and go. And then I always did pack my lunch for work. So those were 2 tips for people that go to office.
Before we do Tati's, are you so disciplined that you're looking at like the macros too? Are you like, I need this many carbs, I need them then?
Okay,
Like-
so my story is different than hers. Like, since I was little, I was always into health and fitness. Like, when I was little, I would never eat my French fries because I was like, no, that's not healthy for you. And if you see my sister, she has a very tiny frame. So, like, she would always eat bad, like pizza bite, bagel bites. She would eat really bad, and I felt like I always had to watch what I ate because I would gain weight. Like, I just gain it quicker. So, so I always my mom's really into the gym, and like I always looked up to her. When I was in pre-K, she'd take me, and I had to wait in the little room.
Daycare.
The end of the
24-hour fitness?
Yes.
No,
she's
and
going to
Bally's.
Okay,
Bally's, yeah.
yeah.
So I always like looked up to that. So I always worked out. And then I watched what I ate. And I also got gastritis one year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it somewhat hereditary?
No.
Okay.
So
That's weird.
I was doing this internship, and it was in Walmart, at the Walmart store, and it was like the worst thing ever. And I think I
Destroyed your
just
pants right there.
yeah, basically.
Yikes.
Like, I would always be sleepy. I remember we went that summer for her birthday to San Diego, and I slept like 12 hours straight. Like, and I was still sleepy, and I didn't understand why. But I also gained a lot of weight during that time. And I had gastritis. They were like, oh, you may have
AIDS.
No.
AIDS pylori.
No.
Celery.
Celery.
Pancreas.
Too much celery.
Oh, appendicitis.
Appendicitis.
Yikes.
They're
It
like,
was
you
like
need to
you
go
had
to
pain.
the ER. Yeah, they're like, you need to go to the ER because we don't know if you'll make it. Like, I was like, what the heck? So I go to the ER, I wait like 5 hours, and they're like, you just have gastritis. I'm like, I just paid this ER, like I now have this big ER bill. They told me take these pills, and I was like, no, I'm not taking that. But it got better. I finished my internship. I had worked with this trainer, so everything I was eating was like whole foods, whatever. I felt better. And then I did a bodybuilding competition a year later. And so, yes, I guess I was counting my macros, whatever, eating everything. And
is that just because you were like trimming down or like cutting down for the bodybuilding or?
Well, actually, the time I had gastritis, I was counting my macros too, but I ended up gaining weight. And I was like, how is this happening? But yes, I got the trainer because I wanted to lose weight. But then a year later, I did the bodybuilding competition like with another trainer.
Okay.
And then that was like another off topic, but pre-workout. Like I was drinking coffee in the morning, a Bang energy drink, pre-workout, and another coffee like 6 or 7 times, and like that's so bad for you. One of our friends, he's also training for a competition, and he had to be rushed to the hospital because his pre-workout was giving him heart problems.
Palpitations.
Yeah.
I tried to take like one of those C4s or something one time, and I already drink coffee before I go.
Yeah.
And so I was like, ooh man, I gotta slow down. Like I'm getting got like. Woo! Literally, like I might get sick here, pass out in front of everybody.
That to me, when I started working out, like really consistently and like really watching what I was eating and all that, like 10 years ago, I did a pre-workout, and that shit had me. Like,
hair feel like it's growing.
Dude, I was paranoid.
It's crazy.
I was at the gym, and I'm like these people are looking at me like I'm like freaking out, you know. I'm like, what the hell's going on? After that, I was like, no more pre-workout. Or I would do like
shrooms.
half of a recommended like shot, you know.
Shrooms, those are the shrooms you drink.
No, the only time I like overdosed on shrooms was whenever I had like
straight into it.
But this was like where they weren't like microdoses and stuff. Like I had enough to where like the cup that I drank, it should have been split between like 5 different people. I took a hit of acid.
You jumped right into
this.
I took like a couple.
I wanted to talk about this story.
I took a couple pills. Like I was next level. I was like, I left because I thought the people there were trying to kill me. And then once I got on the road, I thought the FBI was following me.
Hey,
once I got out of the neighborhood,
they still are.
My entire surrounding area turned into Mario Brothers, so it looked like everything around me. I was like on Mario Brothers. When I finally made it home, I'm not even talking about this.
I know.
Once I finally made it home, I won't even talk about this part because this part was really, really crazy.
Yeah.
I remember this part.
I was outside of my house, running up and down the driveway,
naked.
Almost naked.
He had socks on.
Cops came, right? 10 cops were trying to like get me down. I was just tossing them off of me like nothing.
Not gonna tell the story as he tells the whole story.
No, I didn't tell like the story at home because the story at home inside my house was intense, like intense. And I love tripping. I love to be able to get to like next level, but that was like.
Let me ask you this: so, are shrooms crunchy?
Shrooms can be crunchy. Yeah.
They can be crunchy.
I mean,
like that, but
you can't overdo it.
I feel like to me, it's natural. It comes from
I'm a big fan of mushrooms.
These were straight out of poop. Like this was like your old school.
Yeah, like he took a dump and he let it sit there for months. And I came by and planted like shiitake mushroom seeds in it.
didn't you go to the house when that happened? You went to the hospital afterwards, right?
I don't remember.
Oh no.
I was in the hospital.
I remember it was crazy. I remember like I was praying for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ambulance came. Like it took tons of people to like tie me down.
Yeah, while you were in
strap
there,
me
though,
down
I
in the
was
chair.
trying to find that stash because you look like you're having fun. I was digging through your stuff. While
It was great
Good
until
shrooms.
it got to like that next level. It was a little bit intense, but I lost
Too
control,
crunchy.
Right? I like to.
Yeah,
I
too
like to
crunchy.
push. I used to like to push those limits to where like it kind of gives you. It's just next level, but I lost control. I totally, and it all happened inside my house once I lost control, and then that took me outside, and then I was just knocking mailboxes off the
You turned
hinges.
to Thor.
Yeah.
So
I was
the
trying
story
to
that
become-
Mikey was
I
not going to
trying
tell, he
become
tells
the
the
one.
story.
Yeah.
Like I would like there was people coming out of like the back of fences and houses and like it was intense.
Oh
it
my
was an
God.
intense.
So I'm
That's
trying
it for
to.
another
I'm over here trying to say
conversation.
mushrooms are like okay,
I
like
know.
spiritual.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, now
you
you're
took
right.
some, you took some crazy shit.
I went
you
too
know?
far, but it wasn't just the mushroom. It was a
That's like
mixture
this
of
guy
other
that we know
things,
that's
you know what I mean?
6'9" trying to tell us how to microdose. I'm like,
Yeah.
your microdose is probably like 10 times my regular
Yeah.
dose.
Tati, we never even got to yours yet.
Yeah.
We had to
Mikey
talk
went
about
off
this
on it.
acid story. What's a typical crunchy day look like for you? Like what are you doing? What are you eating?
Do you start off with mushrooms every morning, or?
No, I
No.
wish.
Do you know? That doesn't sound like. I wish I could go to the hospital where they tie me down.
Not his story, but
That's a little extreme.
yeah, that's a nice
No,
chill
but
trip.
well, since I had my daughter, it's been very different. And honestly, if you all have kids, you all know like every day is different. Especially she's about to be 1,
Oh,
so she's still really
In the
small.
pros of it, yeah.
Yeah, so I try to wake up by like 7ish. I work from home as well.
That's
But,
not fair.
Yeah. Well, again, I'll say before
I just
she was more an after because when I was a teacher, it was way different. But now I try to wake up, like I try to have like a set routine. I feel like we as human species thrive off routine. So wake up by a certain time, 7ish, wake her up, get her ready, make us breakfast. Usually for breakfast, I'll do eggs, like a chicken sausage, sourdough, and some sourdough bread and some avocado. And then I'll feed her that too. Then, I usually work, or I'll take her to my mother-in-law. She watches her sometimes. Come back home. If my mother-in-law is watching her, then around 11ish, depending on if I have a lot of meetings, I'll go to the gym.
Okay.
If not, I'll just work. The biggest thing for me is trying to eat at home.
Okay.
Making my own meals.
Yeah.
Because I know what's going to be in the food.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's at home, she's eating what I'm eating. And then...
Pancakes and sausage.
Well, sometimes, that's the thing. People think that that's not healthy, but there's better, like, you can make healthier pancakes.
Like what, applesauce and...
Yeah,
Celery.
there's different... Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could throw celery in there somehow.
Celery
I made some with applesauce and oats.
Yeah, so there's like different and
Those are
sausage.
pretty good.
There's also good brands out there.
Yeah.
They're clean brands out
Yeah,
there.
like I use simple meals.
Okay.
And then like sausage, if it's like grass fed, all of that, doesn't have extra sugar added, that kind of stuff. I do chicken sausage, so sometimes we'll do waffles. On the weekends, it's not as quote unquote strict,
Shipley's.
No, because Shipley's gives me a really bad stomach ache, like donuts.
Oh yeah. Are you gluten intolerant?
Lactose.
Oh, just lactose.
I'm lactose. I do have a gluten sensitivity,
yeah,
but I haven't really given up gluten yet. It's
I
hard.
can give that one up
gluten
before dairy. Like,
really.
yeah, the dairy's a little more difficult.
Like what? The cheese, the milk, or
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you want some melted cheese on something, or sometimes like you want to eat, I don't know, like ice cream. Yeah.
But there's like dairy-free ice cream.
Yeah, that sounds
It's like a non-alcoholic
Okay,
beer.
but you may not be lactose. Like you may need to get like the grass-fed
a higher
quality cheese and milk.
That's the thing
I can
too.
Can I get a pint for like the mortgage on my house?
I can't even drink.
It's probably pretty expensive, right? Like that's
2%.
No.
I just drink 1% now.
yeah.
You're on the American sliced cheese.
We like the grass-fed cows to give us our cream that we use for the ice. There's no sugar in this. It's bee nectar and pollen.
And celery.
You can just go and milk the cows yourself.
That's part of living crunchy.
Buy
right
a
there.
cow and then just do it yourself.
Living crunchy
Yeah,
for sure.
that's what I was gonna do. Yeah. They're like, how much did you spend on that one?
On the cow?
Yeah.
I didn't buy a cow.
What'd you buy?
I bought a goat.
A goat. How much did you
Yeah.
spend on that
I
goat?
bought a goat and it was in an auction. So we paid, I think, like $700
Oh, like
for
an
it.
FFA.
How much?
Yeah,
How much?
$600, I think, something like that.
That's all? I thought you said it was like a couple thousand.
We spent $1,500 or $2,000 total. We bought a bunch of chickens. So my niece is, she just graduated, but she was the president of the FFA at Klein Collins. So she's super into it. We go every year for our business and buy. She does chickens, so we'll buy her bird no matter what.
Yeah.
She placed, and then we kind of bought the goat out of pity because we actually call the girl Goat Girl now. I don't even know her real name. We just
The person y'all bought it from?
it's a girl that raised the goat, and she's my niece Jenna's friend. I know my niece.
We don't even know my niece. We just call her Goat Girl.
No, but she refers to her as Goat Girl. She got a nickname out of it. We bought the goat. There's some back here if you want to take some. It's fresh. The thing that I thought was the craziest is that
It's in the warehouse. I don't know how fresh it is now. It's
we're hang drying it. No, but we buy our chickens every year, and they are raised probably better than you could raise anything. They have no flavor though, because there's no salt, no brine, no nothing. And if you just cook them regular, they're not very good.
We were in FFA.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got to get into that. But what do y'all do for your meat? Do you put added salt on it? Like, what do you like when you cook?
Salt's not bad.
Yeah, so I was gonna say people think salt is bad for you, and
Dang, I'm
eat
getting
it,
busted all up here.
Especially
You
in
just
this
don't want
heat,
a lot
you're
of it.
losing all your electrolytes.
I mean,
You
you're
need
not.
salt.
You need salt, but you gotta use like Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
The pink one?
Yes.
That's going to be another $10 of fresh shaker.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, okay, this is the thing with health.
man,
Like,
this
you
girl's
can either
rich.
pay
Yeah,
for it now, or you can pay for it
later in the
Ooh.
hospital bills and stuff.
I'm never going to the hospital. I told my kids to kill me.
Man, that is true. And like being on a budget and just trying to like
Do the best you can.
do the best you can. You know, me and Julie started. We really did. We started to do a lot of things differently. You know, and we refer to y'all's page a lot. You know, we go in there and we look at stuff. You
Let
know?
me ask you this.
Mikey? Where do they find that page?
Let me ask you this. I'm
Instagram.
curious.
Yeah.
So,
What's it called?
what do y'all
The country,
do?
fool, like,
What do y'all
At
do if you get
underscore.
discouraged? You know, if you get discouraged, like if you all break your diet. I mean, it sounds like y'all are really into it, but is there times where you just binge eat
Yeah,
or like
like
go do
vacation.
something?
For sure, yeah. I mean,
Well, I was in Colombia the last 4 months, so it was like pretty hard, but their food over there is not as processed, and like the oils are not that bad. Like the milk, the dairy, I didn't feel bloated and stuff like I do drinking it here because it's made differently there, right?
Over there is a lot fresher.
Yeah. So it's like we would go to the restaurants because everything was so cheap, so we would eat out a lot.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't feel that. And I think when you get to that point where you ask yourself, okay, does my stomach hurt? Do I need to keep eating? That's when you should be like, okay, like evaluate yourself and say, I need to stop and like eat something healthy, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you can just eat. You just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's another big thing. Like a lot of people don't know when to stop. One, because a lot of these ingredients are addictive. Like they keep making you wanting to eat more because it's so good.
Cocaine.
Exactly.
You just
Yeah.
can't-
Well,
Sugar.
sugar is more addictive than cocaine.
I eat so fast that I think
That's
if I-
another
yeah.
thing too. Yeah.
Because in my household, like my parents would just throw all the food on the table and you just had to eat it. You know?
My
And then I
mom
went to
used
this
be
other
like,
place.
"You
We had to
better
eat real
your
quick too.
food."
You know?
Yeah,
And then
I
we'd
was-
start crying. And it's like, you gotta eat all your food before you
I
get
grew
out
up
of the
like
table.
super poor, but even me, like I transitioned once I got older. I tell my wife, I was like, dude, just throw the rest of that away. you gotta, we gotta take that home. Throw it away. Who cares? Like,
man, I was not raised like
yeah,
that.
Me either.
You had to finish your
he's
plate.
saying now.
Scrape
He's
it to
saying
the
I'm
side.
saying now I do that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still
There's a
not.
lot of
I'm boxing this up.
Exactly.
No.
Later.
Like as I got older, I started
Okay, you're saying that, but you're just talking about, oh, that's too expensive.
But you're throwing
But you're
I
throwing
get
food away.
Hey.
Good freaking
Hey.
point.
Hey, that's
Dude.
really good because we bust him all the time about how cheap he is. He's not cheap.
And I say he's
You're
not a true.
wasteful.
I say he's not a true cheapo. I
And
say he's
you're-
not a true cheapo.
yeah, we
Because
say that
if
all
he
the
really
time.
was, he'd be cutting his own yard.
Here's what I did last
Ooh.
night. Here's what I did last night, though, to make up for that.
and you'd be on a strict
Me
celery
and the
diet.
kids.
And a strict celery diet. He'd
We
be
went-
drinking celery
Yeah,
water.
God.
Me and the kids wanted popcorn and drinks, so I went to the nearest trash can at the movie theater. I
No.
pulled out the cups and I washed them in the bathroom, and then we gave them the big thing for popcorn. And they filled it. And so
Yeah, he wins cheapo.
No, that's not cheap, right? He's just picking his time,
Yeah.
right? Because if you really
That's
wanted
not-
Wait,
to
okay.
pay for the
Disgusting.
popcorn,
Yeah.
he would mow his
I
yard,
rinsed it out.
right?
Yeah.
And then have that $30 to go to the movies
Yeah.
and to buy the popcorn.
See, and that's the thing with everybody.
Just
Everybody
bring your
picks
own.
where they want to
They
spend their
want
money.
to spend
So
exactly.
to me, it's like, don't come and tell me that's expensive
Yeah,
when
that's
you're over there buying liquor every
Meth.
weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
I
like that, yeah.
So I don't drink, right? I want to say I don't drink. I stopped drinking, and I might. Like,
But he's in a wine
drink
club,
every
which
once
is
in a
weird.
while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How's the
Like,
wine
I
club
might,
going?
like this weekend, I think at Andrea's house, I had like one of those spritzers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And that was it.
Wine.
You know what I
You
mean?
got a
But how
wine
do you
spritzer?
feel now that you don't drink?
I feel great.
Right? It's like,
Huge
yeah.
difference. It's a huge difference.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do y'all drink alcohol at all?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these girls partied it up the other day, man. Dude, that's on my questions. These girls had a girls' night out, and I was gonna ask like, how wild does it get? Does it get like that movie?
All right,
It was
so
like
let's talk
they were
about the
taking shots
nitty-gritty.
of tequila, man, and they were dancing on tables. I saw them pull out a gun and shoot somebody. It was wild,
Wild.
all on their story.
Yeah, I was on the story. I saw it, yeah.
Crunchy as
No,
fuck.
but yeah, no drinking. I mean, it's made a
It's
huge difference
cringe.
for me. It's made a huge difference not drinking.
Yeah.
It's made a huge difference.
So do y'all go out and have fun?
Yeah.
Y'all do go out and party and let
Yeah.
loose every once in a while?
Yeah.
Just work out extra hard the next day to burn the empty calories, or who cares?
No, I mean, I feel like I'm not that anal about that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
drink that
good.
often.
Do you
So I
see,
think that's
like,
cool
if you
to
saw
know,
someone,
though,
if
you
you
know?
like saw
Yeah.
someone doing something, would you be like,
Doing what?
Drinking or what do you
no, like
Oh.
eating something they shouldn't? Or
We've been
like,
looking
you know
at
what
This
I
this
mean?
girl
Yeah.
does
The
that.
food Nazi.
She does
The
that.
diet Nazi.
She got no. So my boyfriend, he's always saying like he has this and that.
He was talking about
She's always
intermittent fasting.
diagnosing him with things, and he's like, "You and Tati always diagnose me with things." Like the other day, he came in talking about like that he's been fasting.
Intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Intermittent. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I already know her little brain was going up, and then he continues his story saying, "The first thing I do in the morning is drink coffee," and she's like, "Oh, that's not good for you." And then later on, he goes like,
Damn.
"I keep waking up to pee at night." She's like, "Oh, that's not good. You have this and that problem," and she always does it too. And then my friend, so Bed Bath and Body Works, the candles like are not good for you.
You can't eat those.
No,
What is this? What do we got? This has essential oils. Is this one okay?
I don't know
Burning
too
it.
much about that.
Can you-
I don't drink anymore.
I'm
you
better
drink
at
them?
the food, so
Can
I
you
don't
drink
know
That
about
sounds a
that.
little better, yeah.
But she goes,
Should we blow it
"Oh,
out?
it smells good in here."
Fine.
And she was like, "I went to a sale at Bath and or Body Works,
Yeah.
whatever, and I already know her thing was going." And she was like, "I know it's not Live Crunchy." I know she was about to say something
No, I
like
wasn't.
that's not good.
I know what to say and to who and I'm not, you know. I was
But
gonna
that's
say
good
things
because
to
it's
her.
accountability. It's
Yeah, yeah.
accountability, and that.
But
yeah.
I
Well,
would
no,
like-
she would just say it to anybody. It sounds like.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So are you harassing
Yeah.
people in the
Yeah,
grocery
like,
store?
I would
Yeah,
tell
like
you
this
like,
is total
oh,
strangers,
like,
bro.
Old ladies grabbing
Yeah.
your Cheetos, you're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, she's like, not in my house, like that. And you're like, this is the grocery store.
But the big thing about Living Crunchy is like we're not all 100% gonna
Perfect.
choose clean things, right? Like we eat cookies too, like it's fine. So she loves cookies, and so her fiance is always like, ooh, I'm gonna expose you. I'm gonna expose you to Live Crunchy.
Your boyfriend needs to get a hold of a like
he's
a
like,
picture or something.
I'm gonna start a Live Crunchy Exposed Instagram page and post you.
So we have some candy over here if you want.
That's
There's
funny.
some M&Ms.
Um,
I'd like to see Mikey get his hand stuck in it.
yeah, so y'all go out and party, you know, so they drink, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, now that I have a daughter, I don't go out as much.
Yeah, that makes sense. So y'all don't get as crazy.
Well, we were
as
telling
the girls
earlier the
on-
first time that you went out, you were a baby, and Mikey was 13.
Right, that's when
you
it
know?
started.
Mhm.
Baby at the bar.
I was actually wondering, like, so we talked about this before we came on the air.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, if they even knew him when we were all hanging out, like, getting in trouble. And because I was like, no, honestly, they might not have even been born. But
I probably met y'all when y'all were young. I would think so.
You did.
Yeah, several times.
well, then we remembered that there was a party that we went to where Mikey brought them. He was supposed to be babysitting.
Yeah, here we
And he
go.
brought a baby and a 3-year-old, you know, and we were just passing them around like they were weed,
Yeah.
you know, like it was a joint, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember there was techno music going on because like there was rave stuff,
Mhm.
and Mikey was on that shrooms, and so didn't even make it home. We're not sure how they got there,
Yeah.
but
Not
yeah.
sure.
Y'all's
Fun,
first
though.
party. Y'all's first party actually
Yeah.
was the
Sounds
one
about
we
right.
called it the 1 and
Sounds
3-year-old
about
party.
right.
No one in
They had
the
fun.
party.
They had fun.
BYOB, bring your own baby.
Bring
Oh, baby, I like it.
Dang, hashtag bring your own baby. Yeah, y'all go out and do that. That's
Did
a
he
that's
show
a
up like the
YouTube
guy
challenge.
from Hangover?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I had one on the back, one in the front.
Mine looks like Quato from the old movie Total Recall. They don't even know. They don't even know.
No, they might not even know the latest Total Recall.
They have a new
I gotta
TV.
show them the video so they can see how spot on that was. I look just like him.
Yeah. Yeah, you show that later.
It's like this alien dude that comes out of this guy's body. It's real nasty and gnarly looking.
I feel like I've seen that before.
It's
You might
an
see-
Arnold
you might see.
Schwarzenegger movie.
They made a reboot
Oh.
of
Yeah,
it. though.
yeah, the
It's
reboot
actually
sucks.
I was saying they
Really?
might have seen like the reboot part, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe.
That's Live Crunchy right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, dude, Kevin, do we want to get into Way Back Wednesdays, man? I know we said there's some homework for coming on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, we want you to promote your company, and yes, we want you to send your message out there, but we want to have fun and we want to hear some stories about Way Back Wednesday in your life.
Yeah, who's first?
I can go first.
Okay. let's hear
Well,
something
it kind of goes off of your question, like, are y'all crazy or whatever? So we don't drink, or at least I don't drink that much, but when I do get kind of crazy sometimes. So one time I was in Vegas and
Hello.
yeah, I got so drunk. We ended up in a pool, and then somehow we left with the police escorting us. And my friend, she lost her sandals, but she left with slippers. And then as we were leaving, walking out, I just face planted in a bush.
Nice.
And I had bruises all over. And then we got in an Uber, we got back home, and then as I get out of the Uber, I just face planted again on the floor.
Dang, 2 in one night.
Yeah, literally.
There was
And-
no bush to catch you the second
No.
time on the ground.
And that one literally, I fell on my face.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, right out of it was Uber.
Yeah.
Right out of the Uber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good times.
Yeah. No star for me.
So Uber
you're not even
evaluates
gonna
you,
remember
too.
this, lady.
They have their own star system,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
probably got 1 star. For
I don't think I ordered the Uber that time.
That's
But
it.
whoever your
Yeah.
friend was got
Yeah.
1 star. That's even better.
What the
Hey,
hell?
hey, but hey, can you get an Uber? I don't want what I'm about to do to go on my Uber.
Oh, gosh.
Was that your first time at Vegas when that happened, or was it?
No.
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 So
there's
you were
probably
good
more
all the
than
other
stories.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
Well,
yesterday.
my first time
That
I
was
was
last
with
week.
her.
That was last week.
Last week.
Last week? No, she didn't fall last week.
Oh.
But the weekend before that, I did.
Yikes.
Down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the Vegas one, were you like just how long was this? Like the first night into the trip?
I think it was like the second day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you any good the next day, or you were in?
Oh, that night actually it was the last day because I had my flight left at midnight, so I was literally still drunk at my flight. It was
awful.
the worst flight
Yeah,
ever.
dude. You're sick to your stomach the whole
San Diego.
time.
No, I was drunk. Were you drunk?
Oh, we were drunk going to the airplane.
Yeah, in those situations, just so you know, you can't stop drinking. You just gotta keep going.
Yeah, I should.
Great advice.
Yeah,
That's crunchy right
Yeah.
there. Just keep
Live
drinking.
crunchy, keep drinking.
You gotta keep going. So that way you get that little buzz back, and you don't feel like crap. It kind of just gets you through the flight, and once you kind
That's
of
some
feel
solid
mellowed out,
advice.
you're
If
good.
you never want to be hungover, just don't stop drinking.
No, that's not the
That's not the crunchy way.
You just did something there.
So
Switch that
Natasha,
up.
Not the advice,
the
too.
face plant,
Exactly
two
what I
face
wanted to
plants
say.
in one night in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like this might be a reoccurring thing. You fell down the stairs last
I
2 weeks
fall
ago.
sober all the time.
Have you
too,
gone back to
and-
Vegas since
That's
then?
it's sober too.
Yeah. Did you go with mommy and them?
This was
Yeah,
after
but you probably
my-
don't get wasted when you go with mommy. No, that doesn't happen. Yeah, that's
Actually,
weird. You
my
know, it's like,
boyfriend- My boyfriend got wasted when I went with my mom, and we went for my birthday.
Dude,
and
that's
I was
awful.
like,
Oh yeah, how'd
Yeah.
this happen? How'd this go?
so, and we were like with another family friend, so we go out, right? And then we're like, oh, these drinks are too expensive. Let's go back and drink the bottle. Well, the two guys, they finished the whole bottle, and then they got those margaritas, but like the last one that's mixed with everything. So then we go, and they're like, "No, we don't want to go to the club," and they're wasted. And I was pissed because it was my birthday, 21. I was celebrating 21.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
I would have been.
And
pissed.
then we go to In-N-Out. Yeah, In-N-Out was there.
San Diego?
Vegas.
Vegas, okay.
And then my boyfriend gets up to use the restroom. He's gone for like 20 minutes. The other guy leaves. He's gone for like 20 minutes. I'm at this table alone. I'm like, what's wrong with these guys?
On her 21st birthday.
Yeah.
That's-
And then my boyfriend comes out, and he was like so drunk using the restroom that it took him forever. And then we're walking out to find the other guy, and the other guy's in a corner with the police, and he just peed on himself and threw up on himself. They had to wheelchair him back to the
Yes.
and then, it gets worse. And then we're in the room, and I'm like, okay.
And mommy's there, so she knows all
No, we had our own room. But
Oh,
she
okay.
was there. She knew it all. They were helping my boyfriend. They carried him to the room. And so
Great not first impression.
Yeah, well, just impressions at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Horrible.
he was on the bed, and out of nowhere, throws up all on me as I'm helping him on the bed and on the sheets. And I was like, I started crying. And I threw him in the shower, and I just left him there.
Dang, 21st birthday, man. Not only do you not get to go out and party with all your loved ones, but you get thrown up on at the end.
Yeah.
And the cry, was it a cry of frustration or?
Yeah, frustration.
Yeah, you should have led with that. That was a better story.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that
That's too
is
funny.
awesome.
All right, Tati.
Tati.
All right, I'll keep it in the spirit of drinking.
Oh, man.
It was freshman year of college, and I went to UTSA, so it was at UTSA.
Okay.
And we went to a party. Me and my roommate went to a party, and I had too many. I don't remember if it was the Jello shots or those iced tea, like hard lemonade things, whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Probably both.
That was
Yeah,
a creep
probably
up on
both,
you.
yeah.
that was
Well,
good.
I only remember taking like 2 Jello shots, but I think it was more.
Was it Four Loko, maybe?
But those are
No,
quick. Like, you know,
that's
anytime you down liquor like that, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it goes into, it hits
It
your
was those
system. pretty-
iced tea things. It was like in
Oh.
Four Loko can, but it wasn't a Four Loko. Well, we were on top of a table dancing,
Mhm.
And
Naturally.
Seems normal so far.
Yeah. and I was too drunk to realize everyone had jumped off because the table was going down. The
Oh
table,
my God.
like,
They left me on.
I guess it was breaking because there was too many of us on there, so it fell, and I fell on top of it, and yeah, that was it.
Face plant?
No, I was on my butt.
And you didn't break
Oh,
anything?
wow.
I thought I broke my tailbone, but I didn't.
Yeah, dude, that would hurt.
So did you fall or you just on the ground like? I just remember.
What song was playing that y'all were dancing to?
I don't even remember, honestly. I just remember like looking at girls and we were like, you know.
So do you,
what year?
remember
What years?
like the next day they
This
told
was
you
my
the
freshman
story?
year of college.
Just give me a ballpark the year.
Year.
was.
Oh, this was 2011.
Okay.
You got a song? 2000.
Well, I was wondering if I would know a song from that time. Yeah.
Because we
Probably
always
back
try to
then,
get
yeah,
Nico
like-
to sing a
like
song.
that.
That was early 90s.
Yeah, something that they would have
No,
been
but
dancing
they
to,
would
though.
still
You
play
know, like
that.
something that would have been popular that they'd be dancing to on the table. You know.
So did you know what happened, or did someone tell you what happened? Or you
No, like I
remember,
realized
bits and
when I was
pieces
on the floor, like, oh shit, I just fell.
it? But like the whole scenario, like, you know what I mean? Were you that wasted that you remember bits and pieces, or like you kind of got the rest of the story the next day? Of people
No, I
like,
remember bits and pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does
I
mommy
remember-
does mommy know this story?
I don't think
She
she
does.
does.
She will now. Hey, mommy.
And then
Their mom's super chill though. She's really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
All right.
after that, I don't think I really drank that much after that. Even to this day.
Okay, so
She doesn't even before that.
No, I'm not a big
Not a
drinker.
big drinker.
that
So
was
it's
another
funny
one.
because
Dude,
it
I'm
comes
getting
from
older.
Tati.
Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj
Yeah.
was back then.
So after that, you were just like, I'm done. No more. Or did
I
you
mean, I still
have that
drink,
kind of
but I
went
feel
out
like
and-
that's been the craziest thing
that
that's
was like
ever happened
the
to
okay,
me.
okay.
So
Yeah.
kids change the drinking for you, I'm sure.
That what?
Bigger kids,
Kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Changes a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think about Live Crunchy once your daughter starts to get older, right? Because I'm sure, you know, you're trying to implement
dance.
things to eat
That's
healthy
awesome.
and stuff, and
Yeah.
feed her healthy stuff. Like, how do you think it's going to be once she gets to that 2-year range, maybe a little bit, and somewhere where she's like, oh, chips.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what I mean?
So for me, the biggest things I've thought about this, especially because she goes to like my grandparents' house. You know, she has 3 sets of grandparents, so she'll go sometimes to my mom. Especially when she's older, she's gonna be going more, and they don't live the same lifestyle I do. So I know it's gonna be harder, and I'm not gonna say I don't want to restrict her because that's gonna create a bad food relationship.
Mhm.
So my biggest thing is just like educating her and like making her aware of like, look, when you eat this, like think of how it makes you feel, you know. When you eat this, you know, you feel better type thing,
Yeah.
so that she can make that informed decision on her own.
Mommy's over there like, come on, mija, eat these raviolis out of Chef Boyardee can, you know?
Yeah.
Those Doritos.
Yeah,
They have
Yeah.
Doritos.
Well,
at their
so
house.
we have a 6-year-old brother, and
He does not live crunchy.
yeah, and like we're always like messaging my mom,
Lives
Like-
chewy.
like
Yes.
instead of giving this, give him this, you know, type
Yeah.
things. And but he's a
Instead of
picky
a
eater.
donut, celery. Is that what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
But I mean, I know it's hard too with kids because they are picky eaters.
And it's like
Yeah.
you
That's
rather
tough. I had that
eat
problem
than
with my
eat
son, actually.
something than
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing,
Yeah, I mean, I'm like struggling to get him like, what's your protein source gonna be, buddy? You know, like I'm like, how many fruits and vegetables have you eaten today? Like, you know, because they're like, oh, can I get this as a snack? And I'm like, like cereal, you know? I'm like, you can get some fruits and vegetables. Like,
Yeah.
I have a hard time getting them to eat vegetables, but my daughter's more like yours.
Yvette,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
So-
eats a lot.
She's
Good.
that's like you could put a pizza here and put a thing of lettuce here, and she's going for the lettuce.
Yeah, my daughter will eat raw spinach just out of the freaking container,
Wow.
just handfuls of it. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I wonder like what that is. Like I told y'all when I was younger, I was like, I don't want the fries. And I always ate
Yeah.
my greens and stuff. So it's like I wonder what that is.
Alexandra is French fries. She's like
Yeah,
chips.
so I'm like-
Mhm.
like
I think
Yeah.
it's what you expose them to and what they're like.
But when you have the 2 kids and then one does and
and
one
one's
doesn't,
not. Does it mean
yeah.
that one got
Yeah,
abducted
but-
by aliens?
Maybe.
No, but maybe like, okay, Yvette, now that she's old, like a
Maybe
little
she's
older,
following
she-
us on Instagram.
Sexy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yvette,
that's
now that
definitely
she's
what
older,
it was.
Hey, can we get a
That's,
song?
that's definitely
Well-
what it was.
So we're pretty sure we found the
We're
song
pretty
that you,
sure we saw
that
it,
you
yeah.
fell down on.
I'm
And,
sexy,
and,
and I know it. Hey, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You're up on the table to that song. Yeah.
I
Let's
don't
hear a
think
little
I'd be up
more.
on the table.
I don't know.
For that
can we
one.
get the lyrics?
Wait, when I'm at the beach, I'm in a
No, I know
speedo
the
trying to
song.
tan my cheeks.
But I wouldn't be on the table dancing for that.
You, after that one?
She was.
But you were drunk. You don't really
that
know.
ass up.
Yeah,
She
it
was.
definitely was that. And
Which
then
one?
that a
Was
high
Back
school
that
party?
ass up.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
A freshman college
I don't know if I know that
party?
one.
I'm gonna
Ass
get
up.
you the lyrics and you're gonna sing it.
Yeah, because I'm
Me,
75.
I don't know. Oh, you're
So I don't know.
Let's see if you can get one.
So what were you saying about?
It can there's I feel like there's a lot of different reasons, but it has to do with kind of
Maybe it can be like how was it when Julie was pregnant with Yvette
What she was
versus
eating.
that's part of it.
What you were craving.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with
And-
that.
I never heard any of these songs.
Any like vitamin mineral deficiencies, and sometimes it has to do with like tongue tie, lip ties, which a lot of people don't know what that is, but
Explain that to us then, because
Yeah.
I don't.
so it's kind of like a long thing, but tongue tie basically is like the I don't know what it's called, but that part of your tongue right here,
Yeah.
it's like really restricts your tongue.
Okay.
So when you're a baby, that's why a lot of babies these days have a hard time breastfeeding, or it's very painful for the mom because babies have tongue ties. And if you don't get it like fixed, revised later on, it causes problems like picky eating. It also
It's
causes
so weird.
So wait. I was looking up 2010 dance songs trying to get him to sing. So there's tongue tie. Can you start that over for me?
Yeah,
They're
so-
basically that thing that connects your tongue.
Yeah. Where you gleek out of almost. You can do that.
yeah.
So
Some people
that gets tight.
some people
Or
like some
born with-
babies
it's-
it's very restricted,
Okay.
and so their range of motion of their tongue is not very like it's not.
And that leads to
And-
diet habits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
That's
it
weird.
and it
That's
leads to sleep breathing issues, because that later leads to
Like sleep apnea?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
You know that
so
was
a
a
guy
big
with this
It's
issue
all
might have some
connected.
other problems with not a good tongue, right?
Yeah.
Is that
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean,
you want to get the tongue?
I didn't know it was a pervasive problem out there.
Me either.
Well, the
Can you
thing
do
is-
stretching techniques and like stretch it out or like?
Yeah,
what's-
you can.
There's surgery.
And
for
there's
it, too.
surgery.
But if you have a surgery, will your tongue look like
No,
Gene
you-
Simmons?
You don't like
Yes.
get it
Be like, "Wait, down here."
removed. You don't get it removed.
Yeah.
It would just like loosen it up some. And you can also have a lip tie, which is the one here.
Mm.
Yeah, I have that. I cut it out with scissors. But I was safe though. I used the ones with little baby handles, the plastic handles, and they're rounded at
Yeah.
the top instead of like sharp.
Yeah.
So it's
Safety first.
yeah, safety first. Yeah. Hashtag safety first.
Back that ass up.
We
don't know that song.
Yeah, man, I never heard of
Wait,
that
I
song.
thought
Y'all,
you
y'all
were
serious?
I know it. Y'all want to sing it? Because we always try
I
to
don't
get a
want
song.
to sing it, but
Is that
Like-
girl? You look good.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. Now
I don't know. I still couldn't because I can't. I don't know anything but the chorus. You know, like that.
That's
part.
all you need to sing. Let's hear it. I got you.
But
set
this
up.
isn't a song. This is like a
It's
hook. You
It's a
know.
hook. Let's hear it.
Nah, I can't do that.
Can't.
Girl, you look good. Better back that ass up. You know what I mean?
That's it? That's all
Yeah,
you
that's
do?
all you-
That was lame.
Yeah, I can't say some of these words. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
This is
God.
like,
You have censorship.
you know
now?
what, guys?
What the heck's
You know,
going on?
I mean, I don't think people at church would be very happy about that.
Yeah, let me see if I can find another song.
No, that's we don't need another song.
No songs.
Yeah. So y'all didn't even know that Mikey was the black sheep of the family.
Mm-mm.
We didn't? Who said we didn't?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No one can be that dumb. Jeez. I don't care how old you are. You had to know Mikey was up to something bad.
They're when they were 7, you know, like they were watching something on TV about gangsters, and they probably watched what would have come out when let's see.
American Me.
No, because they're a lot younger.
Menace to
Yeah,
Society.
they definitely didn't catch Menace to Society, American Me.
But they're like, this is my cousin.
No, I feel like we didn't
Me
know the extent until like high school.
Okay.
We were in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought
When
I
you were
was
locked
I thought
up.
I was slick with my
okay.
niece.
I
She-
feel like
She
we
finally
had-
turned 18. She's
well,
like,
we
I know
had
what the hell
cousins
you're
on
up to.
our
You're
mom's
old.
side that were bad too, so it's like it wasn't nothing new to us, and it was like
Yeah.
So y'all got a little
with
gangster in y'all too, because I saw someone back up and park like Mikey here, like y'all.
That's a getaway right
Well,
there.
Is that you?
from
They pulled it up and
Houston,
backed it in, and like someone's gonna have to
Gotta stay ready. Gotta stay ready.
You telling that, Mikey?
What's generational health?
I feel like I don't know if I coined that term, but
Take it. Generational health. Claim it right now, live.
Okay, well, I coined it.
There you go.
But
Cheers.
a lot of people talk about generational wealth,
Uh-huh.
and I feel like you can't have generational wealth without generational health, because how you are, like your health and your lifestyle now is going to affect your kids and your grandkids, and people don't really think about that. I think they just kind of think about themselves. But it really, like certain diseases, you can pass that down.
Like
I mean, we're
AIDS.
seeing it now. Yeah, that too.
No, I agree.
You can't pass that.
Even
one.
though, like,
Yeah.
back
Like,
then,
pass
how
it
the food was
sick
made
folk.
to now, it's like, okay, we need to try and bring that back how it was, because now everything's overly processed, all these chemicals and
Yeah.
stuff. So
It's crazy.
I think that's huge, and I like the way you put it, right? Wealth and health.
Yeah.
Well, that was my next one. Because I saw something on your Instagram page that says health is wealth, and my stomach's all growling, dude. I'm like, health is starving yourself.
sorry.
But I don't remember if that one had a hashtag on it. Were you connecting to somewhere else on Instagram? But what is health is wealth?
Just the same thing. Like, health gives you wealth at the end. Like, and overall,
Like you'll be rich.
I mean, you can be rich without being healthy. You can make all this money, and most people, they
You can
die
be rich
because
without being healthy.
they're stressed, and then they get all
But you
these
get
like
wealthy.
cancer and things,
You
and it's
can't
like, why
enjoy
did
it.
you make all this money and you're not enjoying it?
Mm,
So
And-
what's the point of making the money when?
yeah.
Yeah, and if you think about it too, like celebrities and stuff, like if you're sick, no matter the amount of money, like I mean, you can buy better doctors. I mean, pay for better doctors and that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, but you're still
Not-
sick at the end
yeah.
of the day. Like,
Magic Johnson been sick with AIDS since before they were born.
yeah, that's true.
True.
But he got all that money.
He had all that money. That's why he was able to get all
The
those.
way, and that's
treatments
the
that nobody else
healing.
Yeah.
That's the healing power of money. Is you roll around in it, and it heals all
And
your
it heals
symptoms.
you.
It doesn't matter if you have monkeypox or AIDS or
So you heard it here. If you
or
want to cure AIDS,
gastro
roll around in money.
Gastritis.
You
gastritis.
should really
Yeah.
use that generation health thing.
I like it. I
It
like
is
it,
just
yeah.
really, really good. I
Yeah.
think it makes sense. I mean, for me,
Yeah, we got that on
with
video.
my kids and I'm constantly trying to change and to be better and do things differently, like working out. I used to get up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
to be working out at 5:30 or 6. Once, now that I have my own company, I can switch my schedule around so I can at least still get a good workout in. But the eating part, right? That was another thing, right? The drinking thing for me was because, not because, but I feel a lot better I'm not like, because I was only a social drinker, but when I did drink and I was around people, most of the time I was going too far, taking it too far. So I was like, you know what? It's better for me not to drink. But the big thing for me not drinking now is because I don't want my son to see what I used to see in my dad. Right? It didn't matter what kind of party we were at, what kind of social event. My dad was wasted, and he was loud. People I don't want my son to. So I'm trying to cut that out. The health thing, that's another thing, right? That's I think that's why it's so important. You should definitely use that.
Yeah.
Because that's
Also, it's like
huge.
a big, like, women that are most likely to get miscarriages are African American women, and it's like, why is that? It comes down from generations that you can change if you start now paying attention to your body, to what it needs to help.
Yeah, and another thing is too, like, we as women, when we have like when I had my daughter, it's just crazy how everything is connected, because I'm healthy, I was able to give, like, I already gave my granddaughter her eggs. Like, that's how the body works.
Wow.
So, and that's when I really saw generational health, because that's when I saw that, I was like, that's crazy that I have already So if I was unhealthy, she would have unhealthy eggs.
Yeah.
And the men for sperm, you know, their kind of turnover is faster for sperm, but
they have a big part into it too.
If they have unhealthy sperm and it's unhealthy egg, your child like chances of being healthy is already like down. But if you have healthier sperm, healthier egg, like their chances are better.
I never knew that, but I know that like I would always think like, man, what kind of drugs am I on if I have a baby?
The good thing is the
you
sperm
this.
like turned over quicker.
Yeah.
So, but for a woman, if she's been on drugs for a long time,
It's
like
stick
that,
around
it's
for a
gonna
while.
yeah.
So eating like shit is a good contraceptive. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, because you can still get pregnant, but your kid is not gonna have good.
Bad
You're not gonna be a good
Gotcha. I got dirty sperm, man. I eat like shit. I eat all the French fries. Oh man. Well, we're getting
You
close
can make
to time
healthy
here.
French fries.
You can make
Oh
healthy French
Lord,
fries.
here we go with healthy French fries made out of celery.
We're getting close to time, so I want to ask y'all both a question. So getting started on a healthy lifestyle is one of the hardest things. And I tried to do it when Mike Torres came on, and I kind of fell off because I hurt my knee. And I'm trying to get the motivation to do that. They're giving me a knee replacement, so I can't do a lot right now. But for people that are watching that are trying to take that first step, what's the motivation? What's the first step to take? Because it's kind of overwhelming a lot when you hear all these foods, and Mikey brings in a nature's oats thing that we think is all healthy.
And you don't want to get judged.
Imagine being on prep and eating around people and you can't even eat the stuff. I would just smell it like.
So what's the first step? Like, what is something that people can do to start the process? Besides eating those.
I would say just start with something small.
Okay. Not overthink it. That's what they told me. Just like do portion control.
Right. Like for you that you're gonna get a knee replacement, you can't work out, but you can go on walks. I mean, it's hot right now, but like later in the evening, early in the morning, walks are like so beneficial, and people overthink it and don't really pay attention to walks, but walks are so good for your health and mental health. And another big thing I would say is like try to make most of your meals at your house in your kitchen. Even if it's not clean ingredients, you're still eating like some processed package, that's okay. It's better than going out to eat. And where it's going to be twice as much, oils and all kinds of stuff.
And money, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, and money.
It's not cheap to go eat fast food.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's cheaper to go to like a restaurant than it is like
Depends on what kind of fast food you're getting, baller.
Yeah, it's about the same, depending on what you're doing.
I would say...
Ballin' fast food. What's that? Where's the baller fast food at?
I would say don't think of motivation because motivation comes and goes.
Okay.
It's more like determination.
Lifestyle.
What's your why? Like,
what's your why?
Understand why you're doing it. Like, don't do it for anybody else. Do it for yourself. And then I think when you start thinking like that, it's like, why am I eating this? Like, is that going to make me feel good? No. Is that going to help me reach my goals? No. So
I like what you said about the walking part, right? Because it is like
it's so simple.
Some people are just like, well, if I'm not running 2 miles, then what's
the point?
You actually, if you're trying to lose weight more walking than you
at a
run.
lower calorie. Yeah, when you're running, you're burning muscle off.
Yeah,
fat burning. You're at a
That's
lower
why I walk
heartbeat.
everywhere. I never run.
Never run, except from the cops.
I don't do that anymore. I walk from them.
Backwards?
Yeah, I know he's getting that J Balvin meal over at McDonald's,
The J Balvin meal?
Hey, my daughter wanted to do that one day. She was like,
J Balvin.
Yeah, can I
what
get
the hell
that?
is that? If I want to try
Listen,
it,
man, so I took her,
on my fast
dude,
food.
and I was like, 2016. That was the total, $20.16 for this meal. And I was like, what the hell just happened here, man?
For one
At
meal.
McDonald's.
One meal?
Next, she's gonna take you to Taco Bell to get the Jack Harlow Taco Bell.
Probably will. She likes Jack Harlow.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you have celebrity fast
Yeah.
food burgers?
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. She had. Can we go get what's that K-pop band?
Oh, I think that's. Oh no, that's not. What
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, they had a McDonald's lunch. They're like 5 chicken piece nugget. On the commercial.
That's racist. That's racist.
In any case, she was like, "Oh, can we go go get it, like, and we had to eat that, she had to get that meal like several times, like, while it was out, and all it was like, we do it chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce or something, and I was like,
So is that why
Nothing
you hate Asians
special.
now?
I don't hate Asians.
Okay.
Marketing.
Definitely marketing.
Yeah. Thanks for correcting me on the name. That was awesome.
I thought you were saying Jay Baldwin. I was like, who is that?
Alex,
Yeah,
Alex,
that's Alex
Alex Baldwin.
Alex Baldwin.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, real quick, because we are running out of time, let's get it back out there.
Yeah.
Where can they find y'all?
At LIV_Crunchy_. And that's LIV.
LIV.
How long before you think you'll get the website up?
Probably
After you graduate? That sounds good.
maybe like 3 months.
Okay. 3 months. You heard it here. If it's not, you can take it up with them at LIV_Crunchy
Underscore.
Yeah.
At .com, yeah.
Not .net. Kevin, they don't need your services, bro. They already know that one, man. That'll be $100,000. Oh man, it's like the guy who approached. I don't know if you know this. There was a guy that approached. This is no lie. The guy approached McDonald's with an idea, and he said, "Before I tell you the idea, I want $1 million." And they went back and forth for like almost a year, and finally they bring this guy in, a consultant for $1 million fee. This is back in like early 60s. So they bring him in. That's a lot of money at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells them to put a drive-through window at all the restaurants.
Wow.
And then
I
he
did
started
hear that.
fast food.
Nice.
Yeah,
Holy
like the fast food
shit.
drive-through window.
Then that's all he got was $1 million.
Well, yeah, I mean, at that time, that was big money. But,
Yeah.
like, he just like, I got
$1
$1
million
million
in the
idea.
60s.
Yeah.
60s, that's huge.
That's like
That's huge.
$60 million probably.
Yeah.
So, like,
have you ever seen? The
I might
McDonald's
approach
store?
y'all with, like, $1 million. Like, here's, get $1 million idea. Put a drive-through window on LIV_Crunchy. And you're like, how do we do that on a website? And I'm like, I don't know, but I need $1 million. Kevin, we are out of time.
Well, why don't you take us out
Yep. Okay, I'll do that.
with the song?
Oh man, he's only stacked the papers.
Man, you were getting so good at that,
Yeah,
man.
you were
So
getting
you used
really
to be
good.
the paper stacker, and that was one. Can we get a bunch of paper stacks real quick?
Yeah.
Let's see.
You
Let's
do
see.
it all back to back.
I want to see you go wild
When
like
we
you
first
used to.
started,
Watch this.
every time he was just,
That was his tip.
that was his thing.
Yeah, and wearing the shades. I wear the shades every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for that time that I was blind because somebody threw celery in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
There, you got it one more time. We appreciate y'all coming out more than
Thank you for
anything. It
having
was
us.
great.
Having
We
us.
haven't
Yes.
had a lot of female guests on, so we really appreciate it. Now,
We didn't even talk about that.
yeah, so
Y'all have actually
yeah.
doubled the amount of female guests that we've had because we've only had 2. So
In
this
one
is-
show, we
just had-
doubled up,
In one
yeah.
show, we just doubled.
That was
Awesome.
amazing.
So
Women power.
Women power, man. We're feminists here for sure.
we will put the link tomorrow. Actually, when they see this, that will be tomorrow.
Yes.
We're gonna. I don't even know why I'm telling this. Hey, if you
Doesn't
like the
matter.
show, like and subscribe, please. We appreciate you tuning in. Catch them at LIV_Crunchy_.
And catch us at We Don't Know JAK.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys. It was a great show. High fives.
Thank you. Oh.
The awkwardness.
That was awkward.
That's the awkward dab. The one where you don't know what to do.
I tried to make that awkward. I wanted it to be as awkward as possible.